Welcome back to another episode of See the Little Things. If you are new to this channel, you found us on a good day. Because today's episode will include a lot of sailing and beautiful skies. Subscribe if that is your thing. We had a little bit of a massacre last night because these are all tiny flies that really like light. This beautiful sky you see right here belongs to the south of Sardinia, where we are currently anchored, waiting for the right winds to blow us to our next stop in Carloforte, before heading off to Menorca on a 2-day crossing. After a peaceful morning, we hoist our sails, headed for Carloforte, but after a couple of hours of relaxed sailing and dodging fishing buoys, we suddenly get hit by 30 knots of wind. After an hour or so, we have to change course and the waves now hit us sideways. It's all hands on deck. We decide things are getting too crazy and we don't want to sail another 4 to 5 hours like this. Although I am forever grateful to be in a sailing boat when you see this motorboat here beating against the waves like that. We seek shelter in the first bay we find, throw out our anchor and manage to hit a good sandy spot after a couple of tries. It was a bit of a funky ride today, and that went wrong. Oops. Didn't expect because that came out of here. This actually opened and stuff fell out. What?
Out here now it seems pretty good. So,
Nice.
anchor diving time.
Let's see if I get used to it when I jump in. One quick check to make sure it's dug in well. And before you know it, the sky turned dark and bright again, and it's time to lift the anchor.
It's 8:30, we are on an anchorage on the south end of Sardinia, where today we're gonna go to Teulada, fill up our diesel and our water tanks, so we are prepared for the crossing on the weekend, which is in 2 days? Tomorrow. We're also gonna do some provisioning and prepare food, and then anchor on the southwest end on a little island called... No idea. We have to look that up. Alright, we're free. Anchor was dug in sand pretty nicely. Fish all around us. The sea is very calm, so we can see the bottom on 5 to 8 meters. That's pretty nice. Our buddy boat Marina, which you haven't seen yet, is also on the way. We're gonna meet up again in Carloforte, where we will then cross together. We're gonna cross to the Balearics. First stop then, Menorca. Mahon or somewhere close.
Waves should be a lot smaller by now compared to yesterday. It was gonna go dial down during the night, and this morning it would still be about up to a meter, but it will get better during the day, and then tomorrow there should be barely any waves. We cross.
Even when the river stops, even when it all looks different, even if I grow up, even if something's missing, if something's missing, I'm still coming home. I'm still coming home. To breathe the air that tastes so sweet and knows all my strength, knows all my weakness, reminding me that I was a child, reminding me that I'm coming home. I am coming home. I wanna lay on these old streets. I wanna stay here for a while. I wanna go
push me in the car?
Of course.
We just arrived in... Oh, what's the marina called? We just arrived in the marina of Carloforte. I hope I said that right. And we just got diesel in this cart, which is awesome, because then you don't have to carry it. Because they don't have a fuel platoon here, so you have to drag the jerry cans. We're gonna go get some groceries now, and then just check out the town for a sec before we leave tomorrow very early for a 1.5 day sail. Ciao! Marina Sifredi appears to be a very new marina, and everything looks fantastic. They welcomed us with open arms and a friendly smile and did a great job helping us tie up. And the supermarket is right around the corner. I like it when they do that. It makes life so much easier, doesn't it? We only had a couple of hours to stock up on easy cooked foods, clean up the boats, cook dinner, prepare food for the sail, and most importantly, we still had to finish and upload our next video. We had just reached our first 1,000 subscribers. Do you remember this moment? Hey guys! Since last week's video we got so many new subscribers and we're so thrilled to have you all on board. We didn't really expect that to happen this soon, all of a sudden. So everybody who subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed already, consider it. You might not regret it. Needless to say, we managed to upload the video, but it did cost us a couple hours of sleep.
For the stars at night and the darkness too. Bless you.
The morning was there before we knew it, and it was time to loosen the lines.
Bless you for your perfect love and your perfect ways. And all shall be well, all shall be well.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
It's 4 in the morning. Today we are leaving for Menorca. First we're gonna meet up with some friends at an anchorage and then head straight for the island. It's gonna be about 40 hours. We have no winds, but that's better than Mistral. So we decided to make a run for it. And we're all prepared. We have food ready. Yeah, we have breakfast, right? We did some good groceries, fast meals, and we're ready to go.
I'm going to drop both mooring lines on the bow, then we're going to drop the mooring line on the starboard side because the wind is coming a little bit from our port, and then we'll drop port side and then we'll just glide right on, hopefully.
Things shall be well, and all shall be well.
Ferry coming in, so we decided to wait it out to make sure we don't hit anything.
Alright,
Think you're good to go, babe?
let's do it. Out of the Canale di San Pietro. Seems a bit dodgy because it's 5 to 10 meters everywhere. And there's obstructions and wrecks. So I'm just blindly following navionics on a phone with a GPS unit that's probably €5 to buy, to source. Plus, they're anchoring and fishing is prohibited, but there's buoys, like lobster pots everywhere. Just unlit 2-gallon cans of nothing, just floating in the water with nets below. And at daytime we try to really look out and just take a distance, but now there's just no chance. It's a minefield. But we've seen maybe 3 coming by.
3? It was like 8.
We're out here and we're approaching the anchorage to see our friends. What do you do?
Checking forecast and for winds and waves, and I really want to believe the PWG forecast because it says we'll have 0.0 waves the whole way, which would be very comfortable, and about 10 to 12, 15 knots, which is not much, but it'll be easy sailing.
As long as we don't have the winds, we can even do broad reach without furlough.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We could go downwind even with only 10 knots if we have no waves. It take forever, but at least no motoring. Let's hope it's true. Didn't have that much time last night to prepare food, but the thing I did do was prepare a bread dough. It is unfortunately not my really good sourdough bread because I'm still working on reviving my sourdough starter culture, which is over here. It's starting to get back alive, but I need to feed it a couple more times. So I used industrial yeast, ready dry yeast. I'm going to let the bread sit for another hour maybe to see if it rises a second time, and then I'm going to pop it into the oven. Normally I would make a Dutch oven, which is like, I take a little bit of water in a small container, put it next to the bread, and then put some kind of lid over it. I mostly just use a big pot, and then the water evaporates and creates this very humid surrounding so the bread can rise but the crust won't build yet. Then after 30 minutes I take that off and I do another 15 minutes of baking, so then the crust can form. I cannot find the form that I need for this bread right now, so I'm going to try it in this one, and I don't have anything that fits over it, so I'm going to try it normal and see if that works out. But for that I would like it to rise a little bit more, so I'm going to leave it for at least another 1.5 hours until I put it in the oven. The recipe I used for this bread is super simple. I found it on Pinterest. It's the best place for any recipe. It's just 3 cups of flour, a little bit of yeast, about 1 teaspoon, dry yeast I use. That I put a little bit of water in it, warm water with a tiny spoon of sugar just to get the yeast going. I mix that with 1.5 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of salt, and that's all there is to it. I just mix it a little bit, not even needed, nothing big. Then I leave it in the bowl for about 12 to 18 hours. I knead it once to make it into a loaf, and then I leave it for another hour and pop it into the oven. Super simple. I haven't had good bread in a while, so I'm very excited about this. We have really been rushing through Sicily and Sardinia in the last few weeks because we really wanted to spend the last month of the season in the Balearic Islands because it is just beautiful. And I am a bit tired. Alex is very tired too. It's just, we've been on the move so much, and it seems like, I mean, it's part of the lifestyle and it's fun to sail and it's why we do it. It's just that we didn't really take time to enjoy the places that we've been, or just sleep, honestly. Tonight also we slept for about 4 hours, and now we're going to be on the way for 40, and you never know what happens out there. If it gets really rough, you don't sleep much. We didn't have time to really prepare food, so I'm a little bit nervous because of that. I hope everything goes well. The prediction says everything's going to be really easy, so I hope that's the case. But I'll be honest, I am going to be so happy when we arrive in Menorca and we can just sleep for 3 days. I really need to dial it down a notch. And then after that we are going to go in the Marina in Valencia in about 6 weeks. And then that's where we're going to leave the boat for 4 or 5 months because it's the winter season, you're in the Med, you can't really sail, it's not really nice. We're going to go home, visit family and friends, and I really look forward to that because I haven't seen anybody for like 8 months, and this is all really great, but I do really miss my family. It's been the longest I haven't seen them ever, so kind of looking forward to that, even though I also don't want to leave the boat. I'm sad that it's ending. It's kind of nice to have these last few weeks planned out and then go home for a while. The bread is rising. I'm going to turn on the oven and put it in as soon as it's at 230 degrees. It's too bad you can't smell it because it smells so good.
'Cause I know your love is dry, but it's still sweet.
first few hours.
It's best. No waves. 6 to 6.5 knots.
Awesome, right?
Perfect winds. Were they predicted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now we have a nice sunrise. Always feels good because then when the day starts you already made some distance.
Yeah.
We did already like what, 20 now? Or 15 miles?
1.5.
So that feels good.
2.5 hours.
Yeah. Flying again. We're always flying when we go for long passages. It's kind of nice.
Strange, yeah. We're always motoring against when we need to get places, but for the passage it always works.
It's just because I plan it ahead for like 3 weeks and the rest is just on the go.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bread's in the oven. Soon we'll have breakfast.
Nice.
Bread is in the oven. All you can see is me. There's a bread behind it. We almost made it to where we wanted to go.
Yeah. You mean in a big sense of things?
No.
No? You wanted to be on the southwest end of Sardinia.
No, Balearic.
We made it! We're on the southwest end of this on a Monday morning at 6:30. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday, yeah. I have potato. I like this sail today also. It's really comfortable in a way.
Yeah.
And it's nice that we left so early because it feels good to start the day on the sailboat instead of starting with breakfast and then leaving when it's 10. Feels like so many hours have gone by already. It feels nice.
I managed.
You managed?
I think so.
Woohoo!
Our buddy boat redid the reefing lines. The moment of truth.
Ah, okay, that's why. We also have to fix our main, by the way. Our last glider is not in.
So now they're gonna overtake us.
Oh yeah, hardcore.
Yeah.
They've been doing the same speed as we did with just the Genoa. Tired?
Yeah. Gonna take some.
You want to take a nap? Okay guys, that's it for this week. If you are up for some dolphins, some sunsets, Alex being a gentleman for taking most of the night shift so I can sleep,
So our cruising speed is mostly 6.
the best sailing conditions one can wish for, and you want to find out how we feel about longer passages, then subscribe and stay tuned. When we told people we were gonna go sail, they asked us, we weren't scared about doing the night sails, and especially doing longer sails where we don't see land for a couple days.
In the last 10 miles we have 14 ground winds, so we can fly to Menorca, 6.5 knots.
Thanks for watching, give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and see you next week. Bye!